Or yours!
Who's that, Loss?
Or yours! I'm sorry, that's like my favorite line in the movie.
What are you saying?
Or yours!
Oy vey, what?
Or yours!
All yours?
Or yours!
Okay, stop doing that.
Or yours!
Buy my book!
Buy my book! Anyone who hasn't seen the critic, not this critic, a different critic, is totally gonna be lost by that. But who cares? We're talking about Reefer Madness! And, yeah, I like this opening. This is a very funny opening. Now, actually, what I was originally thinking is I was gonna get you, Rob, in the dinosaur mask, Bargo as Mati, Orlando as Roger. I was gonna have you, and maybe Vix as Bjork. I was gonna put you guys in the chairs like I was talking to you. You know, you were the people that came to hear this, but unfortunately, there just wasn't enough time. I couldn't get everybody together, so
Well,
I just
and you didn't want a bunch of cameos stepping on your toes.
Well, yeah, of course, I'm the star. I always will be. And, yeah. You can rot in hell.
I give the movie this. It was truth in advertising. There was indeed a lot of Reefer in this movie, and there was indeed a lot of madness.
And it was totally mad, yes, totally. I love that. I love the guy hitting with the fly swatter or whatever that is. Yeah, this just seemed like, color! This just seemed like the logical movie to do because it is public domain, and it really is a cult classic. I'm sort of shocked we haven't thought of it before.
Endless introduction. There are Star Wars crawls that are like
Alone in the Dark is short compared to this. And it's one of those things where it's like, you can't...
Oh, man.
You gotta just read it. You can't really... To show the annoyance of this, you can't always read it out loud, so, you know, you do get a little bit of reading. And I actually sped it up. It goes a lot slower.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going. And I was like, why don't you just read us the whole movie while you're at it?
Yeah, there was, or yours! Or yours! And I don't address it there because I address it to me.
Did we accidentally get the novelization by mistake? This is the novelization on DVD.
The audiobook.
No, there's no audio.
Oh, that's true, yeah, it is just the book. The video book, which doesn't really make sense.
Shocking violence and incurable insanity.
Something that
are all things you can't get from marijuana.
And something I don't know if people will get watching this, but he actually says in the opening that, you know, these narcotics, cocaine and whatever, all the hard stuff, you know, is nothing compared to marijuana.
I know, and I'm like, really? I would like to see your medical backup on that one.
And maybe we're exaggerating the facts. No, that's my favorite. You may think the facts are exaggerated.
Never.
In that weird little cut there. The one paper that goes away, that comes back. And these people really do talk while he's talking. They're like the rudest people.
Yeah, and look at this guy, though. This guy in the movie is a principal. How would you like to have this guy as your principal? You showed up late to class. I'll kill you on drugs.
Because, of course, kids watching this, you know, the first person they want to listen to is their principal.
Their principal,
yeah.
Well, Doug, this was the 30s, and gosh darn it, listening to the principal was swell.
He was swell. That even by swell standards,
this killed me. Your joke was obviously funnier, but the thing I kept noting was I like how panicked they are about this stuff. It's like, man, it's not like we could do something really dangerous like hide explosives in people's shoes and blow up planes. And I mean, this is all such chump change now.
Yeah, this is pretty.
I mean, in the era of like, you know, Al Qaeda and post 9/11, I mean, this is hilarious. Like, oh my God, you can hide pot in shoes? Call the authorities! Oh no, bring in the FBI, the CIA.
And the people burning this right now are probably high as a kite.
Yeah.
They'll keep running into walls. In fact, one of them probably jumps in the fire.
That's gotta be a great contact eye.
I'd love to have that job, just burning that stuff.
I'd love to have this guy's job, run around and scare parents. It's like the easiest job in the world.
He's basically, I don't want to say he's the main character, but I mean, he is the one that everybody remembers. I mean, he's the main visual of the movie.
He's the boogeyman. Drugs, the blue!
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they got this guy to be like the voice of reason and everything when he just so clearly looks insane.
He clearly looks like he's done some drugs. That's the thing.
I mean, even after
he looks angry, belligerent, basically on some sort of speed.
At least after school specials got the idea that, you know, make it about the kids, as over the top they are. It's like, hey, how does this affect the kids and what do the kids say about it? But it's like, no, it's like the principal is telling you how your kids are thinking.
And then she put on her stockings slowly.
Yeah, what was up with this?
I know, I like the whole thing about it.
I mean, this was straight up porn back then.
Was this in the principal's story? Like, And then we spend forever watching her put on her stockings.
Yeah, I think I call it pantyhose, and I was pointing out they're not technically pantyhose, but who cares? It's his fantasy. Let him dream.
But whatever.
Let the principal dream.
You can tell they're on marijuana because they're all very stilted.
Well, and the funny thing, yeah, I'm gonna blow. I'm like, well, can I make it like a blowjob joke or blow like the drug? I'm like, I'll just say it's too easy. It's like too many possibilities.
I like how this is a world entirely, supposedly inhabited by quote-unquote kids, but they all look like they're 40.
Well, every kid back then, I don't know if the kids actually looked older back then because of the hairstyles or whatever, or if it's just, they got these
You
really
know what,
older
back
people.
then 10 was the new 20. It's just...
I guess it makes sense. Anytime I can have a meter, I'm all for it. I love how
Even your mom would find this swell.
I love the little head of the kid laughing. Oh yeah,
the butt transition. It's high, cut, but more butts. What in the butt?
These look at that dancing. What? That's
before dancing was invented. Actually,
that's the get them to come.
Cha-cha, Jerry.
Does it look like that? Like their hands are together and stuff.
I thought he definitely looked like Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer and I'm forgetting his name. Jimmy Durant, was that his name? The Inca Dinka Do Ha-cha-cha. Good night, Mary Jane. I don't know. Durant? Something like that. I don't know. Durant, that's it.
Never mind.
I think there's one line where he says, hey, you want to dance? Sure. And I said, no, dance, not whatever the hell this is. This guy, no, it's like the principal and this guy are the most memorable people, and we have no idea who that guy is. I mean, they say his name, but it's like, what, is he working for the mobsters? Is he just a piano
joint
player?
Like that, by the way, both hands together, just shivering.
He's like a Tasmanian devil getting
It is funny that this film just gets so many things about drug use so incredibly wrong. They really needed more people who've actually used drugs to write it.
Well, Napoleon Dynamite there. And the kid even wears a bow tie.
Oh no, this is the most painful scene in the movie, right here. Right, oh god, I died a little inside when I saw this. Like, really? You're gonna actually put that on screen? We've achieved new levels of swellness. Peter Parker is in this dorky. What the hell?
I wonder if kids actually dressed like this back then, like with the bow tie and stuff, or this is just how adults thought kids dressed. Oh, getting Randy.
I'm sure maybe if you had money, like,
Oh, quote Othello, quote Othello!
I don't know, are they supposed to be in high school or college?
I think high school.
And who does have a grotto? Remember when you were asking for like 20 minutes what it was, and I kept telling you it's a grotto, and you're like, no, there's another word, it's a grotto. No, there's another word, fountain. No, another word, grotto. All right, I think it's a grotto.
I think there is another word for it. I know. We went with grotto.
Fountain, pool, bird bath, grotto thingy.
Yeah, grotto probably works best. Yeah, I mean, what is that? How about soda? I never drink that stuff. What kind of a pussy-faced moron are you? And then he gets a root beer. Hello!
I was waiting for saying, I'm not into that stuff. I'm more into hard liquor. Hello, bar. Oh, yeah, and then he gets the root beer instead. What the hell was up with that? By the way, I like how high school kids, like, hang out with 35-year-olds in...
Yeah, there's another tell your children message here, but they're not addressing
really
it.
Not right.
Oh, that dancing, I love it. Did people get hurt dancing like that? When her shoe go up his ass pretty fast? Look at that! Look at her down that!
How? Don't you get, like, I don't understand. Like, if you do that sort of thing, you get a cough. Like, you can't inhale a gulp like that. I mean, she swallowed it without at least going,
Well, I think it's one of the things, she's obviously not inhaling it, just sort of a quick, and then like, just nothing at all. I mean, it's not going down to the lungs at all. And that's actually, I think that's, if I'm right, I think it's the only way you can get high. You have to let it go down to the lung. You have to inhale it. You can't just let it, swirl around your mouth. I believe, unless you do it for like a super, super long time. That's just wasteful. That's wasting your drugs.
Oh, they look pretty huge, too. I mean, those look almost like cigarillos.
I have no idea what that guy is.
Weapons-grade pot in there.
I just saw that online. I'm just like, that's a good picture. He looks stoned. I think even the little title under it just says, he looks stoned, so. Good to see Raul Puke back again.
Apparently they're not rolling their own either, because those look like professionally made cigarettes they've got.
Well, didn't you see the little machine they have in there? Oh, wait, no, that's right. I didn't show it in this. Like, they have little machines like that make cigarettes.
Oh, yeah,
and stuff,
okay, so this is like the smallest dirt town anywhere, but they have the most advanced narcotics operation running. There are machines, there are accountants, there's all sorts of craziness.
It's so much fun to see people who obviously have A, never been high, and B, never seen anybody who's been high try to act high.
Because they so look like they're on speed instead.
Hello, Barbie. This Dr. Cox guy. It looks like a mix between Dr. Cox and Walt Disney.
That would have made this movie much better if it was Walt Disney running the drug operation.
That would have been a twist. That totally would have been a twist.
He was the voice of Mickey, too. Imagine what you could have done with that.
Haha, high as a kite, Pluto! I want all these kids strung out now!
Come on! All your friends are doing it! Haha!
Yeah, I think there's a line, it's like, I sure wish you had a couple of kids. Then it's like, get out of here! He like throws him out. How dare you bring up that I may procreate someday?
Yeah, I like how it's very Godfather. It's just like they'll commit murder, larceny, racketeering.
But getting kids high, you monster!
That's where, Corleone draws the line. Same thing here. It's like, we were getting people high, but now you're getting kids
even Corleone would be like, no, I'm not doing drugs. What, marijuana? Oh yeah, that's fine, that's harmless.
No problem.
I mean, come on, my baby daughter does marijuana.
Guy who's so obviously not run over. And by the way, I like how everybody could see that car, which was topless, and see the two people inside, but nobody can figure out who did it. This is a small town.
I should point out that Brendan Fraser joke for anyone who didn't get that. There's an episode of Scrubs where, like...
Oh, the Brendan Fraser
Yeah,
episode.
it's sort of the Sixth Sense episode where Brendan Fraser's in it. He's this great guy, makes lots of jokes and stuff. And it turns out he was dead the whole time!
Okay, well, I guess you don't have to see it now, because Doug just spoiled the
No,
end.
I don't care. It's a terrible episode. You're gonna hate the twist anyway, so that's what that's in reference to. I don't hate Scrubs, I hate parts of it. I hate when it tries to be serious. That's where it really fucking fails.
It can be really, really funny, though. It's not...
Yeah, no, it can get some good jokes, but yeah, when it's serious, it is shit. The little guitar going and stuff like that.
I like how he said, yeah, he just inserts himself in the story. I'm surprised it didn't end Taxi Driver style with him with, like, a machine gun, like, blowing away all the drug dealers.
And then I took them all out.
Swung on a vine and shouted, for the victory of the common man!
And then my girlfriend came up wearing nothing but pantyhose, and we kissed for hours.
And it was swell.
What's this like? I should have done a little count, like, cameo appearance, like, 2, 3, something like that.
The principal calls him in just for random questioning. It really was a dark time. If you weren't smoking pot, you were, a communist. Or
I was gonna say, are you a communist? It's like,
yeah.
Are you smoking pot? Yes, but you're not a communist. No, okay, you're okay. I think at some point I make a Slugworth joke. He really does. I mean, again, this is your hero. This is the guy you're... Look at him. You're supposed to side with this guy. Who would want to side? Even if you were saying the truth, you wouldn't want to side with him.
He reminds me of that guy on the world's best police chases or whatever, that sheriff.
Yeah, the guy always shows his
sheriff.
teeth
He's
all the time.
Teeth, all teeth. They're gonna have a splendid party.
Speaking of all
in
teeth.
jail. Don't even act like this. No, see, this is not high on pot. This is just pure antisocial psychosis. This guy's just psychotic. He's just a sociopath.
No, that would be a great twist, in the fact that there was never any marijuana in those. That'd be a great twist.
That would be your twist ending. There was never any marijuana. Well, then what were we doing?
I love how much energy these people have when they're on marijuana, too. That's my favorite.
Yeah, like, pretty much you just want to eat Doritos and sit on the couch.
These quotes are great.
Oh, this one.
It was because this is already slowed down a bit, but I had to really edit it tight.
Didn't we lift this from... I want to say Naked Gun or something. Didn't they do something similar? Because I remember...
Hot Shots did Read My Lips.
Yeah, Read My Lips.
I just thought, just say if they only did
Just
it once. I thought it
randomness.
would be funny if you just put in more random lines.
Yeah, no, it's pretty brilliant.
Like in public domain stuff we can get away with. Stuff that's on the news and stuff.
Oh, that looks like a deep wound.
It really looks like a fly. Like just a fly.
I think the film would have been more effective if it completely blew her head off.
That would have been awesome.
There's like blood everywhere. Yeah, I love these gangsters. Nah, see, you did it. Wake up. Check it out.
And you wanted, I thought the Mary Jane line was funnier, but you want, like, when they sneak back here.
Look at the way they walk there. Boom, 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 boom. It's so cartoonish. And they do it the whole way back to the wall. Like, you cut early, but I was like, what is this, Scooby-Doo?
It's like the kid's right there. He can hear everything. I mean, technically, they don't say anything that could be held against him, but it's like, all right, here's the story. It's like, as soon as you hear that, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a little suspicious.
He gets his wife there just to do his bidding, no matter how crazy.
If it is his wife, could just be some two-bit hooker.
You are my wife. Goodbye, sober life. And then he's in the courtroom. He's everywhere.
His glasses are as big as Ralph Peters.
Omnipresent shadow. I used to think he was a great boy, but now I think he should fry.
A fine American boy.
Yes,
not like those lousy
Nazis.
Swedes.
Canadians, Nazis, Mexicans.
I tried a few jokes there. I tried one with, unlike
Commies.
those lousy Canadian girls, or say it's like, I don't know, but the Slugworth line seemed to work best.
I love this impartial jury, too. They're all just like, oh, we should set an example. Let's hang him.
Anyone does to say guilty, I'm gonna eat you, spit you out, you fuckers!
I like how easily they're turned to, but what if he didn't? No, we need to set an example. I agree. Let's kill him.
This is like the worst jury you can possibly have, and they were wrong!
I like how Washington's there like, Washington says, hang the bastard!
And they technically are wrong, because he didn't do it. I
cannot tell a lie. You should lynch him.
Guilty! There went ahead, here I had, kill the beast, but Crucify him sounded a lot funnier.
Godfather.
What?
He looks like he fell directly out of The Godfather.
He does sort of look like
Sonny or
yeah, Duvall.
Yeah, Robert Duvall's character. Faster.
This is actually how I heard about it. My old girlfriend of mine, her parents were talking about. I just remember this movie, Reefer Madness. All I remember is that marijuana makes you play the piano faster. Yeah, that's all I remember.
I remember we watched this, and this was our favorite scene.
I really like using that guy. It's supposed to be the future critic, but I've been using him more as just a basic Doc Brown character. He's actually a lot of fun to use. I love the way he says, "You're crazy."
I'm not suspicious at all.
You're crazy. Totally loco. Oh.
He's.
Yeah, and I can never tell if she's supposed to be crying or laughing there.
Really, I figured it out. This isn't an anti-drug movie, it's a David Lynch film.
Look at him there.
This is like Eraserhead.
Ironically, Eraserhead makes a lot more sense than this movie.
Yes, it does.
After the guy playing the piano, maybe that was Eraserhead.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, this is cameo.
You're under arrest, Disney.
She sort of looks like that chipmunk cheek chick. Invade Iraq.
She is so classic that he's. I didn't know what he was doing. I swear, officer. I swear.
Yeah, you wanna put him up the river just like the rest of them.
What's the matter with you guys?
And they get the close-up. That's my favorite. The soft focus close-up.
Looks like she's just swallowing large gulps of air.
I'm so sad. There's actually a little bit where she has like a flashback to all the terrible things she's done. That's where she gets the idea of the jump.
Kids high. Goodbye, cruel movie.
Yeah, you notice it's not like she just jumped out. She had to somehow break that window and then get out on the ledge. So she had to just like wing her.
Really would have to fly.
Yeah, I love it. Somehow he's still high. I guess they just lost him to insanity.
He's done so much pot, he's insane. Sure, marijuana can make you paranoid, but this guy's just got a screw loose now. Oh, God. You know, there are plenty of bad drugs you shouldn't do out there to begin with, and if you want to do a PSA about that, fine, but it's the way they're willfully lying.
Yeah,
Marijuana is the worst of them. It doesn't.
We should make it clear. I mean, we certainly don't think yet everybody should light up and be high and stuff
No,
like
I'm
that.
actually really not for drug use. That's because real life's weird enough as it is.
Yeah,
but...
you don't need to make it weirder, but I mean,
But it's just willful lying. I mean, you literally have been lied to this entire special. And I'm like, that's how we're gonna get our point across. We're gonna lie.
I have that little static thing, even though it's so obviously not on the TV. This is online, yet I still use that little static clip all the time.
It's like what was the line I had? It's the Woody Allen of drugs. It's ineffectual and annoying at best to be around. To try to claim that it's basically the end of civilization as we know it is not only disingenuous, it completely ruins your point.
Now, from an ethical standpoint, I really think they should legalize it, or at the very least make alcohol illegal, because we're just fucking hypocrites when we do that. That really pisses me off. It's like, just at least try to be consistent.
Though I like the argument that a lot of people don't want it legalized because government pot's gonna suck.
Well, it'll be young. You can develop, make it better, you know. I never did think of that, actually. That's a good point.
It's a touchy subject, but
Yeah.
the point is that this film gets it entirely wrong. And if this is the big threat, in this era where we've got some guy lighting his shoes on a plane to kill 200 people in midair.
That's because of drugs! Drugs, the Mary
it's
Jane.
No, we don't need to worry about that, Doug. We need to worry about the marijuana that may be hidden in the shoe.
Yes, that's right.
This is probably what the guy's doing. He's probably lighting up with one shoe and then lighting the other shoe on fire, so at least he goes out high.
Be an interesting way to go.
It looks particularly dirty.
Yeah, I mean, I put out a little too much. Some of it's the lighting, too. I just got a new light around this point, so it's a little overexposed, but I'm still trying to get used to it. It's better to have it overexposed than underexposed. I love this sound. Wow. I love that music.
Such a cliche, Doug. The homeless crack addict.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Snorting coke.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying they all do. I'm just saying Chester does. I think you said, but you have to put it in formally, tell your children.
Oh, yeah, because it was always like, formally, tell your children.
Get addicted to hot chocolate, kids.
Grind up pixie sticks and snort that.